Well, hey there. Welcome to Movie Review Mom. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. If this is the very first time you're joining this YouTube channel, yay, you found me. I'm so glad you're here. And if you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate your support. All right, so the movie I'm reviewing today is called Dating the Delaneys. This sweet multi-generational romance is now available on the Hallmark Channel. The movie is rated TVG since it went straight to Hallmark and is an hour and 24 minutes. The movie review mom grade I'm giving it is a B plus. I thought it was really sweet. So I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, interesting lines, funny lines, and even recommendations for other movies that are sort of similar that I think you'll also like. All right, let's dive in. In a nutshell, the movie follows three generations of Delaney women as they explore the highs and lows of modern day dating, discovering that love and romance can be found at any age and even where you least expect it. The film was directed by Alan Harmon and written by Jennifer Barrow. So there were plenty of things I liked about this movie. First of all, the movie stars three lovely leading ladies: Rachel Boston, Zoe Christie, and Karen Kruper. Rachel Boston just oozes genuine warmth as an actress, and the movie mostly focuses on her romantic relationship. Zoe Christie plays her daughter, and the character is kind of an annoying, snarky, and entertaining teenager. She was also in the movie recently called Honor Society, which I reviewed and really got a kick out of. So check out my movie review for that film. She looks a little bit old to be playing a teenager, honestly. And so I actually Googled her to find out how old is she. And I can't find her age, which is actually probably pretty smart as an actress. So she's also been in movies playing 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds. So, and she's fairly believable in all of those three decades, which I think is kind of interesting. I love the spin on the classic romance movie of seeing three generations of women as they navigate their own love lives while supporting one another. And it's fun to see what romance looks like at different ages. For example, in the teenager, it's all about popularity and being seen with the right guy. And of course, as I don't know if I'm going to call her middle age, I guess as the mother. She's had her kids, she's gone through a divorce, she's not really necessarily looking to complicate her life, but it just sort of falls into her lap, basically. And then the older woman is looking for companionship, someone to spend the rest of her life with, to have fun and enjoyable conversations. And in fact, all of the characters actually know each other at the beginning of the movie, which is also a fairly new spin on the traditional romance movie by Hallmark, where someone accidentally meets someone. Of course, they don't like them when they first see them, and then that friendship and the love grow, right? That's the kind of the classic story. We see really good examples of good conversationalists, the older women, of course, and then terrible ones. So many awkward teen moments where they just can't even have a good conversation. I thought the TV show's name, Make It, Bake It, Cake It, was actually pretty funny. And it also sounded like a real TV show, right? Make it, cake it, bake it. No, I said that wrong. Make it, bake it, cake it. Anyway, the photo scavenger hunt game that some people play on a cell phone is such a cute idea. So I'm definitely going to try that. There's lots of talk of cake, and we see cakes and cookies, and you're just going to get hungry watching this movie. There's also talk of pineapple upside down cake as being disgusting, but I really like it. And then they talk about pineapple on a pizza and how terrible that is, but I really like that too. However, they also talk about bacon chocolate cake. So, nope, that's a hard pass on that one. The movie is sweet and family friendly for all ages. There's some cute humor to keep things light and breezy. All right, so now for some of the things that I didn't like or that others might not like or think could have been done differently or better. First of all, if you hate puns, brace yourself because there are a lot of them in this movie. And in fact, one of the characters says, quote, puns are the lowest form of humor, end quote. But I actually really get a kick out of them. So it made me laugh every time. It also makes me laugh that so many romance movies feature a woman who owns a bakery, right? Hallmark sure knows what women like. A ringing cell phone never stopped me from a kiss. That always happens in cliched romance movies and scenes. And it happens in this movie as well, where they're going in for the kiss and the phone rings and they're like, oh, just let the doggone phone ring. They're answering services or, leave a message. So I had a thought about Maggie, who's the mom, the middle one. There's the grandma, the mother, and then the teenager. And I just really liked her personality. She was very easygoing, especially when a friend of hers kind of gave her underhanded compliments. And if she didn't have so much self-confidence, I think that they could have been offensive. Most of the lines like that felt like they would have had an automated laugh track to ensure that you knew it was supposed to be funny. But in the real world, they're often very insulting and hurtful. So I just thought some of that writing was not great. I absolutely get they were trying for sarcasm, and if you have a really good friendship as portrayed in the movie, Maggie just didn't even skip a beat. She just wasn't offended at all and just, laughed and went about her way. And I wish more people chose to not be offended by everything. Everybody is so offended by everything these days, right? One other thing about Maggie, though, is that she was completely clueless that Michael was interested in her. Now, she's a smart woman, but, there were a lot of signs and she just missed it completely. I thought the camera angle on the kisses was actually strange. Maggie and Michael had really good chemistry when they were together, hanging out and joking around, but no chemistry during the kissing scene. And I thought, that was so disappointing. They kissed twice, and both times the angle was weird, and both times it was just like this little awkward peck. And I was like, missed opportunity there. You see the end coming within minutes of the movie starting. It's very predictable. All right, so let me give you some tips for parents. There's no profanity. Yay! And as I mentioned, the movie is very clean and family friendly. There is kissing, although, like I said, it's not passionate. Talk to your kids about how to find the hidden gems in their school. Just because someone is popular doesn't mean or doesn't guarantee that that person is the right one for you. Now, that's just not just romantically speaking, but just even as a friendship. So much of the time during high school is spent trying to be cool and be popular. And some of those really great people are just sort of, the wallflowers, in the back of the room, and nobody pays attention to them. And they're the ones with incredible personalities. All right, so let me share some themes that are illustrated well in the movie. They are relationships, family, of course, second chances, patience, friendship, moving forward in your life, love, communication, companionship, and the importance of humor. And speaking of humor, let me share some funny lines. I always write them down on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. So you can see all of them there, but I'll just share a couple of them with you right now. And the reason I write them down is because I want to give you a little taste of the type of writing in the film, I guess. Anyway, so Parma Sihat plays Devin, who's the best friend of Maggie, the mom. And she's the one that kind of has the snarky, underhanded compliments. And so anyway, they're talking and she says to Maggie, it's Friday night. Why are we conversating? And I always laugh because so many of my students say the word conversating. And I'm like, it's not a word. The correct word is conversing or having a conversation. But I guess that's now, and I don't know if it's in the dictionary, but it's definitely in popular jargon now. People say that. But I thought it was cute. And so Maggie's like, yeah, you're right. It's Friday. Go out and have fun. And so they do have that fun, playful personality or relationship. And then another thing that Devin says to her is, not all dating apps are food centric. It's important that you know that, because Maggie's finally getting on a cell phone dating app and talking about her being a baker. Anyway, there's a whole other joke about that. I won't get into that. But anyway, and then there were some interesting lines that taught important lessons. For example, Maggie, who again is played by Rachel Boston, says, sometimes moving on from anything is easier said than done. And that's absolutely true. Barb, her mom, says, you're independent and don't need a relationship, but there's nothing wrong with wanting one. And I thought that that made a really valuable point because I know a lot of single people want a relationship. They're perfectly capable running their lives and being who they are, but there's nothing wrong with wanting love. And so, anyway, I thought that that was a good line. And then another line is spoken by Maggie, and she says, well, sometimes two people aren't meant to be together, and that's okay. And I liked that too, especially because she was talking to her teenager who was trying to navigate high school and the whole popularity thing. And anyway, so I liked the elements of all three generations. All right, so before I say goodbye, let me give you a recommendation for three movies that are sort of similar. They're all romances and they all have to do with bakeries and food. The first one is called Love on the Rise. I love puns. I love double entendres and titles. Anyway, so I thought that that was kind of a cute name. And of course, it's about, baking. Another one is called Love, Sarah. And well, I don't want to give you spoilers on any of them, but they're all romances and they involve food. And the last one is called Pumpkin Pie Wars. It's also a romance and it's even a Hallmark movie. And guess what? Yes, there's baking, specifically baking pumpkin pies. So if you like this one, I think that you'll like all those three. All right, that's it for my review. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me. And while you're at it, be sure and subscribe. You know the drill, like, leave comments, all of that kind of stuff. And when you do, it spreads magical YouTube fairy dust all over my channel and helps my channel to grow. I don't know why my computer's making all that noise. Sorry about that. Anyway, have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoy this movie and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.